Summerlin has the appeal and the demand, but is it really worth it? Well, guess what? Not everything in Summerlin is so glamorous. In this video, I'm going to share with you the top 5 pros and the top 5 cons, all about calling Summerlin home. Con number 5, master plan community. Summerlin is Nevada's only master plan community that ranked in the top 10 nationally for new home sales in 2022. Sounds great, right? Shows you value and demand for Summerlin. Well, not so fast. Living in a master plan community comes with a ton of rules and regulations. They also heavily enforce them. The Howard Hughes Corporation actually owns the land of Summerlin, sends out patrols to every single day to look for violations. That leads us into HOA dues. So everybody in Summerlin is going to at least have one HOA, and that is paying Summerlin. Also, depending on where you buy a home in Summerlin, you may incur another HOA on top of that. So again, it just all depends. Listen, HOAs are so prevalent in and around Las Vegas. I would probably say about 85% of Las Vegas and Henderson are covered by HOAs. Like them or not, they're a part of living in Las Vegas. My personal take on them, I'm 50-50. You know, they have the good and the bad. I like the fact that my neighbor can't paint their house neon orange or put a car on cinder blocks in the front yard. I also hate the fact that, yes, you are being patrolled and looked at. I actually live in Summerlin, and I usually see them coming around either on Monday in the morning or Tuesdays or Wednesdays in the afternoon. Tuesday's garbage day. They're never out that day. But they're out there, and they stop. If they see a violation, they're going to take a picture of it. You're going to get a letter. 9 times out of 10, you can correct the issue. Let them know that you corrected it before they issue you a fine. Number 4, everything looks the same. That's the direct effect of living in a master plan community. Everything is regulated and it's going to have its place. With that being said, everything in the terms of neighborhoods will look the same, especially your newer subdivisions. Now, if you want to try to avoid some of that, you should be looking at older homes in Summerlin. And what I mean by older is they were actually built in the 90s. This is actually the number 1 complaint that I receive from most people wanting to, especially moving in from out of state, wanting to live in Summerlin. And when we go from subdivision to subdivision, they're like, Jason, they all look the same. The homes all look the same. And again, you have to remember, that is all by design. Con number 3, your cost of living is going to be higher here. On average, the cost of living in Summerlin is 1.2% higher than the rest of the Las Vegas Valley. I never really believed this until recently. It blew my mind. But anyway, we were getting our bathroom redone and we were looking at light fixtures. My wife actually found one at Lowe's that she liked and sent it to me. So I looked it up. And I believe I actually know the exact price. It was $199.94. And I wasn't a big fan of it, but hey, at the end of the day, she's the boss. So whatever she wants, she gets. But anyway, so we kind of forgot about it, and we were in another part of town, and we happened to stop into a Lowe's. Well, guess what? That same exact light fixture was at this Lowe's, and it was $99. $99. I was in pure shock, the price difference. Also, I found that our gas here in Summerlin is always quite a bit higher than other places in Las Vegas. And, you know, and I'm talking like $1 difference. But however, the biggest way to avoid that is there's a nice big Costco here in Summerlin. Join, if you're not a member already, use their gas. Also, I found with contractors, especially the plumbers, that they will price you differently. I actually learned this from my neighbor. I didn't believe it until our water heater went out. I called one plumbing company, very good reputation. They asked me obviously what I needed, where I lived. Once I gave them my address, they're like, oh, this guy lives in Summerlin. We're going to charge him more. Well, sure enough, they did. I called another plumbing company, gave them a different address, and got an extremely different lower price. Obviously, I had them do the work. I had to dance around why I gave them a fake address, but they still did the work at that price. It is a real thing. Con number 2, Summerlin has everything. Living in Summerlin is like living in a little cocoon, believe it or not. If you want to gamble or go out, have fun, relax, we have 3 different casinos in town, or just in Summerlin. We have Red Rock, you have the Suncoast, and you have Rampart. If you want to shop, we have 2 amazing places to go. One is downtown Summerlin, and the other one is Tivoli Village. If you want to go out and hike, guess what? When you live in Summerlin, you have a national park in Red Rock Canyon in your backyard. So why is this a con? Well, guess what? Once you live in Summerlin, you will become extremely lazy about leaving Summerlin. So trust me, this is a thing. So when a hot new restaurant opens up down on the strip, you're going to be like, I'll get to it when I get to it. Or a new attraction opens down in Henderson, you're like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. You become extremely lazy about leaving Summerlin because it has everything. This is actually a real syndrome. Take it from someone that actually lives in Summerlin. This is a real thing, and I am guilty of it 100% as well. Con number 1, it's the home prices. Summerlin has the highest square foot cost of anywhere in the valley at $289. If you compare that to Green Valley, they're around $263 per square feet. And if you compare that to Sky Canyon, which is another master plan community just north of Summerlin, they're around $242 per square foot. This could be the biggest deterrent for you if you want to call Summerlin home. I've had a lot of clients that zero in on Summerlin, but once they see that they're paying much more for the exact same home they could get in Sky Canyon or Centennial Hills or just another part of Las Vegas, and on top of that, they could be paying 2 HOAs. They also could be paying a SID or a LID. We'll get into that another time. So you do pay a premium to call Summerlin home. So for some people, it's 100% worth it. For other people, they're either 50-50. Some people are like, no way, I'm not paying the extra fees. At the end of the day, it is a con in my opinion, but it's your choice. So this leads me to what I can do for you. If you're going to make Las Vegas your home, book a strategy call with us. The link is actually down below in the video's description. That way we can help you get on the road to owning a home in Las Vegas. Pro number 5, your real estate value. Summerlin as a whole will hold its value even in turbulent times. It is always in demand. We're also seeing that right now. Even with higher interest rates, the demand to live in Summerlin is still there. And that's good for you when you own a home. Will your property values go up and down? Yes, they will. It's a commodity. They always go up, they always go down. But compared to other parts of the valley, that up and down, or that downward trend, is not going to be so dramatic. Listen, I just helped a young couple find a home in Summerlin. We got a phenomenal deal. Look out for that video. We saved them so much money. But there was competition, a lot of it, even with these higher interest rates we're seeing. So in the long term, your investment in a home in Summerlin is going to probably make you tremendous amounts of money when you go to sell it. So to me, that is a huge advantage of living in Summerlin over other parts of Las Vegas. Pro number 4. The private schools in Summerlin. Summerlin has 4 of the best private schools in the whole state of Nevada. So number one is the Meadows. They're actually voted the number one best private school in the whole state of Nevada. Number two is going to be the Adelson Educational Campus. They were voted the third best private school in the whole state of Nevada. The third one is going to be Bishop Gorman. They were actually voted the fifth best private school in the whole state of Nevada. And then you have Faith Lutheran, that was voted the sixth best private school in all of Nevada. And they're all located in Summerlin. So this is a huge advantage for you. I encourage you to go to a website called niche.com to investigate the schools more in depth in Summerlin. That's where all this information came from. Start exploring it. So when you're moving to town, and schools are important, so to me, that is a huge advantage to have 4 of the best private schools in the state in Summerlin. So when you buy a house in Summerlin, you are going to have some options, some phenomenal options in terms of private schools. Number 3 is the elevation. Summerlin is always going to be a little bit cooler than other parts of the valley. Yes, even the few degrees difference in the summertime, you're going to feel it, and it does make a difference for you. The elevation in Summerlin starts at 3,500 feet and can go all the way up to 4,400 feet. In contrast to that, the Strip is only at 2,500 feet. So Summerlin is always around 5 to 7 degrees cooler. Listen, I've been in town since 2007, and I used to always make fun of the weather person, and they always say, well, Summerlin's a little bit cooler today, and blah, blah, blah. And I always never really thought it was a thing until actually I lived here for so many years. And when I actually moved to Summerlin, I was like, wow, it is actually cooler. And that 5 to 7 degrees when it's 110 out makes a difference. So that, in my opinion, makes it a huge, huge pro about living in Summerlin. Pro number 2, it's the shopping and dining scene that Summerlin has to offer. So the biggest one we have is downtown Summerlin. It is a huge outdoor mall that is located right behind Red Rock Casino. It's also home to the Las Vegas ballpark, which is the AAA team to the Oakland Athletics, the Aviators. It's also home to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. That's where they practice. Those practices are actually open to the public, which is really cool. It is 100% free. Go check it out. It's pretty cool to be close to those guys as they're practicing. But in terms of shopping, a ton of shops, high-end shops, to your run-of-the-mill shops. It has something for everybody. There's a huge Macy's there. There's a huge Dillard's there as well. Dining options. There are some phenomenal places to eat there as well. It really has turned into quite the hub of social activity. During Halloween, Christmas time, they have these fabulous, really fun parades that they do every night on the weekends. Our 5-year-old absolutely loves going to those. Also, they actually put a skating rink. Yes, a skating rink in downtown Summerlin during the winter. That's pretty fun as well. You also have Tivoli Village, which is going to be more of your higher end stores, but they also have some fabulous restaurants in there as well. In terms of your entertainment, you have 3 different casinos located in Summerlin. You have Red Rock, you have the Suncoast, and you have the Rampart. Red Rock is going to probably be the most popular one in my opinion. Besides the gaming, they have some really, really nice, good restaurants in there. They actually just opened a Lotus of Siam, which is a Thai restaurant. Unbelievably good. Very, very popular here in Las Vegas. Pro number 1, no state income tax. Obviously, this covers all of Nevada, but when you live in Summerlin or anywhere in Las Vegas, you will not pay a state income tax. This is huge for almost everybody that's moving in from out of state. Let's say you're retiring here. Well, guess what? No, you're not going to get taxed, or a state income tax. Yes, you have to pay federal. That's going to save you money. If you're moving here and you already have a job, or you're going to be getting another job, well, guess what? You just gave yourself a huge raise. Look how much you paid in state income tax to where you're ever moving in from. Well, boom, that's a huge raise for you. Obviously, if you already live here, you already know that advantage. But also, if you're starting a business or moving your business, take it from somebody that owns a business here, me, right? I absolutely love the fact that the money that I'm making is less taxed. To me, it's the biggest advantage about living in Summerlin and living in Las Vegas as a whole. Well, there you have it. Those are my top 5 cons and my top 5 pros about calling Summerlin home. Listen, if we can help you find your home in Summerlin, we would be 100% honored to do so. You can actually book a strategy call with us using the link down below in the video's description. I can guarantee you, at the end of that call, you're going to be well on your way to owning a home in Summerlin. Also, write down our contact information. You can either give us a call, shoot us a text. Yes, you can text that 855 number, or just send us an email. Someone on the team or myself is going to be happy to help you.